cause I be bustin' the dope moves. But the problem stay the same. How you riding for the cash when you ain't riding in my lane? Shorty all about the paper, so your mixture look the same. In the game I play the lane like Eddie Kane, cause I be bustin' the dope moves.
I started watching that American Guys. That shit alright too.
Yeah, that's my shit.
I just don't know why that shit came.
Which one?
Came back to life.
The black chick?
The white chick that came back to life, his girlfriend.
Oh, yeah, the zombie bitch.
That shit freaked me the fuck out, right?
Bitch. I can't stand her for no reason.
I ain't finished the shit. I think I'm like
I like the leprechaun, though.
Yeah, he a monster.
Maybe, hell yeah.
He a monster.
Yeah.
Nancy a monster.
That's the bull. He made the shit.
Yeah.
He ain't on it no more, neither. The new season about to come off. He not even on it.
That's trash.
Yeah, right.
That's trash.
Yes, it is.
He be saying some real shit. They all say some real shit.
He be
saying some real shit.
He be dropping it on the nigga, though.
Mm-hmm.
Him and the bull, what's the bull? The smart bull from Egypt and shit. He work at the funeral parlor.
Oh, yeah, that bull, yeah. The Anubis bull. Yeah, he give money. What's his name?
Toth. The smart one from Egypt. The brainiac guy.
The glasses bull, yeah.
Yes, and then the other one is the Anubis bull, right. Yeah, they own join together. But yeah, that shit get crazy.
I just couldn't understand that zombie chick for the death of me. I was like, what the fuck? When she came back.
The shilling, dog. The shilling brought her back to life.
That shit was funny as fuck.
His lucky shilling got stuck inside her and brought her back to life. I hate her.
She be laying all more niggas, though.
I hate her, yo. She is the worst.
She like all more niggas.
Oh, yeah, she be putting niggas down. She definitely be putting them down.
Mm-hmm. Boy, you dusty, but the rest of them be tripping.
Who?
The boy, the main character.
Oh, the black bull?
100, yeah.
Yeah, that is Lincoln. Damn sure is Lincoln from 100.
He don't put in no action, dog. None.
He don't even know what's going on, it seems like.
Nah. I don't know who Bull is right now, but he seems like he the devil or some nigga. That boy wild.
I ain't gonna tell you. You talking about the old head?
Yeah, that boy wild Bull, man. Wild Bull.
You ain't gonna appreciate it. You ain't gonna care for it when you find out.
I don't think I want to know niggas right now. He's gonna be some nut.
Yeah, he gonna be somebody you damn sure don't care for.
Man.
Cause I know they whole mythology you don't like.
That and Nancy shit was hot, though. When they was on the boat, that shit was hot.
Yeah.
Nigga was talking to a spider. That nigga came like, you motherfuckers. That shit, they never made it to America, by the way, but yeah, that shit was crazy.
Absolutely. Not that boat.
I seen some white Jones coming right up on shore, though. Right up on shore, though. You know what I'm saying?
A lot of them did. But what we must always realize is if they could get us here, they could get their work themselves here. They can get their workers here, too.
Oh, they definitely was sliding over here on the heavy.
Oh, yeah. White folks, they just pile into this motherfucker. That's what they did. Then they start letting motherfuckers pay for passage. They start actually charging motherfuckers like who was fleeing places that was at war, Germany and Russia and shit. You could pay to come to America. And depending on who you came with, like if you caught the ride through Portuguese, it might be different rules than if you caught the ride through the English. The English might have made you work for 7 to 12 years as an indentured servant, and then you was free.
That's what they was, yeah.
No, them people were slaves. Black people are not.
The white people?
Oh, no, white people, they're indentured. Exactly. They're European people who just didn't come from money. They had to pay for the boat ride, and they still had to work. Had to work that shit off. And some of them couldn't pay for the boat ride. Some of them just was all work.
Someone was going back and forth like the Irish lady.
Yeah.
With the leprechaun model.
Yeah, Irish was popping, though. Even though they was one of the poorer groups when they came over, they had a little, I mean, they gangs wasn't to be fucked with.
Nah, it wasn't, no. They fight you now. That's why he said to fight Mike all fucking day.
Absolutely. Yeah, that's right.
He said to box this nigga.
Yeah, Mike, the Irish boy definitely a fight all day.
And this nigga I never can win, and he never can win. But I was winning. That's all they count.
Yeah,
I be winning.
Shit, that's they school called the Fighting Irish.
Real smoke.
They know that shit. Everybody know that them niggas is, as they call it, game. Them niggas want to go.
Mm-hmm.
Drunk as hell.
Yeah, Italians is pussy. It's the Irish niggas that lay their hands on you straight up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's a completely different cause.
Mm-hmm.
The Italians, they ain't have it like the Irish. The Irish is.
They don't give a fuck. You heard they said, "Dang that bitch." They
Absolutely.
try to take that bitch up out of here.
Dead serious too. He wanted her down, dog. She was fucking that nigga up though. She was whooping that nigga ass.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she vicious, man. That whole show out there, I seen the beginning. It kind of blew my mind in the beginning, so I started watching it. Just the title with the totem pole.
Mm-hmm.
I was looking at all that. I said, I was too high. You know, when you be on the scary high, you be like, nah.
Because when you get into that shit, man, I'm telling you, when you do all the homework, that shit is all connected.
Oh, yeah, that's why they show the totem pole. I tell everybody all the religions the same. It's the same fucking thing.
Exactly.
Man. Including mine.
Exactly.
So.
They all the same shit. Because all the ones today stem from just one small belief. Like the big ones we call, they Abrahamic religions.
Yeah,
they all come from the same thing. Anything Abrahamic come from Abraham. That's all the same shit.
It's all the same religion.
Absolutely. Yeah. Only thing you'll have that's different, that's how you can start to see what religion was before Abrahamic teachings. It was what they call mythology today. Greek mythology, Roman mythology.
The only thing that's different is the slang. That's about it.
The word, terminology, right. But even that though, when you get to the mythologies, all the Hindu mythology, Greek and Roman mythology, that's the Egypt shit.
Mm-hmm.
It's all the same shit. It's all right there.
It is.
It's all right there. And that's why I was like, see, I know, I fucking fuck with when I was in school, I fuck with the white people, John. And I learned about them. Now I know they're exactly the same.
Mm-hmm.
Just a white version.
Just rob these, yeah, exactly. Just rob some niggas.
Yep. White version of the same shit.
Like Christmas. Christmas transforming into some other shit right now.
Yeah, that shit. Solstice.
Yeah, pagan shit.
Yeah, that's what it is. They try to say what they want to say about it. But if you just look historically, it's the solstice. It's when you see them, when the sun comes back after it's been gone for however long. That's in a certain part of the world. It's the solstice. It's pagan because, see, that solstice you can't witness it from everywhere. So now you're dealing with people who was in that particular spot and dealt with the solstice. So now when we see the sun return after it's been gone and it shines on the water, this is Jesus walking on water. This is where they get it from. It's the sun. That's why I said why the first thing I did was the sun. I was still in the beginning of my learning. But it's all, in the beginning, it's going to all take you back to sun worship. Yeah, but like I said, I've been past that. That's why I say all religion is bullshit. People want to argue, not this one, not that one.
It's just if you boil it down, it's sun worship, and you going to say that.
Except for the mythologies. Yeah. Some of them are not. Some of them are.
Most of them, yeah.
But, right, because all they top god was a sun god.
Mm-hmm.
So it's still, as you said, sun worship. He's the boss of the rest of them. He's the one that they supposed to bow down to. So you saying the other planets have to bow down to the sun.
Yeah.
Basically. And that's a fact.
Basically. Mm-hmm.
That's how they got there. They needed the sun.
That's facts.
But that American Godz joint, it's a couple episodes going to be sucky.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
It's a couple. They're going to bring in a couple people that just didn't need to be brought in. All I'm going to say is the Jesus shit is the funniest shit ever. You'll see.
Well, Jose and them was coming. That was funny.
All the
Jesus. It was funny. I thought you talking about American Godz. Remember when Jesus was helping Jose and them cross?
All right, so wait until you see the part where they go to the bitch crib, the love God crib. and you're gonna see her party, and just it's all I'm gonna say is the Jesus shit is hilarious. That shit is hilarious.
That dude is always funny now, man. These days, that nigga's always funny.
But they gonna have every Jesus watch. And that's what's gonna make it funny. They gonna have a black Jesus, a white Jesus, a Mexican Jesus, a Chinese Jesus, all at the same party.
I already know, bro. I already know.
That shit had me crying because they just basically saying, this is what y'all do with this bullshit. Y'all just make him the color of your people and say it's your people's story. That's what everybody do to it. And the Asians was the last ones to do it.
Yeah, they was on Jesus' back the whole time. Like, they always on Jesus' back on that joke.
Yeah. The Voodoo shit was popping in Asia back in the day, though.
Oh, yeah. Hell yeah. Voodoo was popular everywhere.
He was
Voodoo popular. Got popular in a lot of Middle East places.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. In Africa, too. There was Buddhists in Africa.
It was there first.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, it went from India to straight to Africa. And that was the Egyptian thing at the time. And that's probably when they fell. I'm going to be real. That's it. Egypt, like, just us being Buddhists made a lot of places fall. Because niggas was too kind, dog. Niggas was just too kind, bro.
Well, when I look at the timeline, I believe it's, in my personal opinion, I think it's the separation. People in the Egyptian kingdom who was once a part of Egypt, they started calling themselves something else. And I mean, like, that land was no longer Egypt's land, like Canaan. Canaan didn't necessarily have to go to war with Egypt, but they had to, like, bow down to Egypt until Egypt said, all right, this is Canaan, this is your land.
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
Y'all got this. Y'all do y'all. And because little pieces of Egypt went solo,
they accepted them.
I mean,
people, yeah.
But they kind of raised them up. They kind of like was Egyptians that didn't want to fuck with Egypt no more because Egypt wasn't 100% good money.
Yeah.
So they was like,
no point with that.
They was like, we cool with y'all. We don't want no beef. Anything y'all need, come holler at us. But at the same time, we just want to do our own thing over here. And people say, oh, Canaan is weak. Canaan ain't Egypt. That shit weak. We can attack that shit. And they was attacking Canaan for years. And that's how you hear about Hannibal and his dad. Because
who was they attacking?
People from the outside was attacking Canaan. That's how you hear about Hannibal, the Carthaginian, and his father and shit. They were such great military generals, because they had to fight and fight and fight and fight and fight. Hannibal's father was at war before Hannibal was born. These wars trickled over until Hannibal being a 30, 40-year-old man.
Who was he boxing, though? He wasn't boxing the Persians?
He was at one time, yes. At one time they was boxing the Persians. And the Persian military is what makes room for Alexander the Great and Scipio Africanus. Before them, it was the Persian military. They went in and they stomped everything down. That's where them people come from that's in Egypt. They come from the Middle East. They don't come from Africa. They were not born in Africa. They're not from Egypt. Egypt was not a mixed culture. It was black until it was invaded. Just like Asia, just like India, just like the Middle East. These places were black. There was no white people. There were no light-skinned people. There were no mulatto people. There were all black and brown people until these fucking Mongolians come out the Middle East, come out of Europe, and come out of Asia, and they start raiding shit. The Persian military will fall into that group, with the exception that their military was built right there in Persia. That was their empire, and even
but
then...
the same thing happened to America right now. Niggas, armies be nice, and then they don't.
It did happen to America, but what I be trying to explain to people is America, even though it did, and like I said, nobody can dispute this. This is one thing you can look in white people history. They go through, they commit mass genocide.
Mm-hmm.
And then they pay the people that they committed genocide on.
Sure. Yeah, that's crazy.
They did it everywhere they went. They did it in Asia. Only people they never paid back was black Africans, whether they took them somewhere or in Africa. They never gave black people a penny back.
All roads lead to Rome, brother.
Agreed.
All roads lead to Rome.
Agreed. Facts. That's where they got the money to do it.
Mm-hmm.
That's where they fucking got the money to do it. And then
Even
Spain,
Egypt was teaching them clowns. Everything went through there.
Yeah. And then you had other superpowers who split from Rome before Rome became an empire, like Spain, like Portugal, like England.
Yeah, you talking about the same thing. Yeah, the Moors, basically.
But eventually the Moors, it's just like eventually the Moors lost power. And once the Moors lost power, the people started to rise up. As their number increased, and the Moors didn't necessarily call back to Africa for black people to come there, because these particular Moors have been living in these places in Spain and Rome and England for centuries. Their families, their families had been there when these cultures was just coming up. So they great-great-great-great-grandfather might have been part of the first Roman legion. Now they here in Rome with family in Rome, and all they've ever known is Rome. They know that their ancestors was Moors, but now the Moorish religion is getting wiped out in Rome because they already got your teachings. They got your teachings. What do they need to follow your black God for anymore? All the signs were love the black man, black Madonna and child, black boy pub, because the black boys came in here and made life better for us.
Yeah, the niggas used to dress like bitches, and the bitches used to just wear nothing. They used to have nothing but a fro. In a damn toga,
I know what you talking about. You talking about the beginning days.
And the persons had high heels, niggas had makeup on and doing the weird shit.
Yeah, like Mac and Dennis was in that alleyway.
Yeah, exactly.
Wilding. Just wilding. Absolutely.
I'm gonna watch that episode again. That shit had me crying.
The wooden teeth.
That's the only part I'm thinking about. Like, stop.
Yeah, they was bugging. No, I ain't call you Josh. They was bugging. Mac and
That's
Dennis.
the Englishman.
Yep, the British.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, it was acting like the British. The British was in America fighting the English. They was in America doing that. That's how they cracked the
They was the Democrats. Fucking niggas up.
Yeah.
Man. But I fuck with their history, though. I mean, not Britain. I'm talking about, like, just the Roman history. Everything had to go through there. Yeah. It separated everything, too.
Rome became definitely the superpower.
And the crazy thing, they only had, like, one sign, dog. It's like this one sign they always, on everything they had. Like, they weren't even advanced to me.
You know what?
Rome wasn't even advanced, yo.
It wasn't. It was to other white nations. But that was it. Yeah. They didn't know about the rest of the world yet. When they say people thought the world was flat, they talking about Europeans.
Mm-hmm.
Europeans thought from one side of Europe, the other side of Europe, or as far as they heard of, was the world.
Yep.
They didn't know nothing about they didn't know nothing about none of that shit. They didn't know nothing about the Middle East, Asia, India, Africa, and these people have been around for thousands, hundreds of thousands of years before y'all. Yeah. Before these fucking Europeans. These Europeans was new to the world. That's why all they fights is recorded. You can't fight if you're not around. That's why there's no European war that goes back 50,000 years. You don't have no record of that.
Nah.
Because they weren't around that long.
That's absolutely not. They only can count themselves back cigarettes.
Right, they ain't been around long at all. Like, even a population, they what, 1/12 of the world's population? That's because you ain't been around to make no more of yourself, and you got a genetic deficiency. Where more you die than you can make.
Yep.
See, nigga, they ain't talking about God's gift. That's the gift God gave the black man. Even after all this bullshit is over, we still gonna be here.
Hey, we recessive.
We will always be here.
Mm-hmm.
I'm telling you.
That's real smoke.